It's the overhaul to win it all. 13 new players on this Phoenix Suns roster, including, of course, the new big threes. Bradley Beal is added to Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. And then you have the new head coach in Frank Vogel, who brings over 7 assistants from his title-winning team in Los Angeles. And for Coach Vogel, it's all about intense, mistake-free basketball for this star-studded roster.
Just want to make you all aware that I am the snitch today. I am the snitch. If you talk to me, it's going on a hot mic somewhere else. So be nice to me today. Good, Nurk. Nurk. Something we haven't talked a lot about. We're going to do a lot with our centers. Okay. Ideally, I want you to not inbound the ball. If you're the closest guy, get it in, get it up. Okay. But ideally, let somebody else get it.
I think it's just a great for the Coach Vogel. I think that his system gonna put each of us in the best position to strive and to help him win.
Come on, Nurk, you got to dominate that, Nurk. So, Brad, in this situation when you're off, okay, and you're playing point denied, okay, you don't have to think always, I got to go chase the ball back. The snap, okay, he's going to be programmed. He's not going to come in and play 2-on-1 basketball. The snap is your play also. Both of you guys. So am I right when what I just said about Brad? He can call the snap.
So fun, man. You know, he's been a very storied coach. You know, he's been in, many different environments and always succeeded. Everything that I've heard through the league and, other players, everybody has a great deal of respect for him.
How'd Florida do, Book? How'd they do against Kentucky last week? The football school, man.
I want to talk about it, Coach.
I'm only going to talk about it because the cameras are rolling.
No, Frank has been awesome. I mean, just helping me in the transition, and it's a transition for him too, coming back into coaching. And I think the biggest thing we've grasped is his defensive mind and his push on that, because we're going to guard, we're going to defend, and he's made that a huge message to us.
Game speed shots. Shoot it like somebody running at you. Okay, EG brought it right here, okay? And we just want to go corner empty side pick and roll. Let's sneak drive it, try to get down here as deep as we can, okay? And then bring that drag in this way.
I think his experience and his personality as far as getting along with everybody. I've really never heard not one person really in this league that didn't like him. Whenever you got a coach like that, it always helps.
Bang! What we don't like with Channel 2 is coming a pick and roll from the top. Our normal coverage, Channel 1, would be ice, right? So you trying to come all the way out here and impacting my rise up, we don't like.
Frank's been great. He's a defensive-minded coach, and I feel like I'm more of a defensive-minded player too, so he's been in my ear telling me about what he wants, what he likes.
Fives. Okay, everybody coaches load in transition. Okay, but I really want to harp this because this is easy money to strengthen our defense. If our fives are running back on defense and your man is in the backcourt, okay, you have a free double team. Your man's in the backcourt, full load. Now he knows, okay, he cannot wind up and be aggressive. Yeah, that's it, Yuna, this way. No, it's this way. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for a box out, right? That's not what I'm looking for. We want to be physical in everything we do. This is a free chance to show the other team that we're nasty. Kevin Durant, good practice. Devin Booker, good practice. Bradley Beal, good practice. Dress code, okay, suit and tie. Okay, suit and tie. We want to be professional. Guys have been around me, right? No dress code. We reserve the right, you three as captains and our senior advisor, and as coaches, to silly find crazy outfits. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3.
There's no doubt Frank Vogel has brought some much-needed humor, along with his grit and championship experience, to the Suns bench. Frank and the Suns front office also made a huge 3-team trade right before training camp that sent Deandre Ayton to the Pacific Northwest in exchange for Jusuf Nurkić, Nassir Little, and Keon Johnson from Portland, plus another valuable acquisition, Grayson Allen from the Bucks.
It gives us clarity going into camp. Like I've said before, the dust settles, right? You want to make sure that everything's settled when you go into training camp so that the narrative and the story coming out of it is this is the group that's competing for a title.
Yeah, it's good to have more guys, especially guys that have been experienced in this league for so long. Grayson seems like a younger player, but you look at his resume, he's been in the league for I think 4 or 5 or almost 6 years now. And then, Nurkić the same way, and Nassir has been in for a couple of years as well, Keon Johnson. So they kind of know the flow of the NBA, and that's always good when you're around a team that got high expectations. High expectations brings out a different mentality.
Nurkić's been burrowing his way inside. Here he takes a 3, tees it up high, lets it fly. Nurkić.
I really enjoy to be in a situation, winning situation now. So that's a blessing for me to be able to play for Phoenix Suns.
But Nurkić in particular being, an exceptional passing big man, with the way that we want to play, the elite scorers that we have, if we can get those guys passing and cutting and getting bodies off of those guys, we can really just bring a whole different level to their attack.
But as far as what I bring everything, defense, offense, screens, assists. So to me, I will do whatever it takes to win, and those little things are gonna matter, and I'm here to do it.
Grayson Allen for 3. My goodness, sizzling hot.
It was on Wednesday, I think. I was at home. I was playing some video games. Had 3 missed calls. I saw the 3 people it was, and I knew right away. I was like, I definitely got traded. Yeah, I bring a lot of shooting, athleticism, speed, driving the ball with a little bit of playmaking, athletic defense, and try to make a lot of little winning plays out there.
Nods the other way, right to the cup with a right hand jam. Oh my!
I've known and I pride myself on, playing super hard and giving it everything I got. I'm a good defender, knock down open shots, unselfish, just doing little things, dive on the floor, good teammate, always cheering guys on. So being able to come here and, be in this weather, this nice sun and all that type of stuff, it just feels good, so I'm loving it so far.
Talk about this league when I figure out how I'm going to be in a sunny place. So it's, this is really end up to be a dream to fit every little category in the same spot. It's just amazing.
I feel very blessed to be coming to a beautiful city, playing for a great team, very talented team, a team that's going to be a contender. So I don't have too many complaints about being here.
13 new faces in a new place, all adjusting to their new coach, new teammates, new city, and they're all eager to show Suns fans what they'll bring to the Valley.
Well, we have so many guys, and when you think about them, you don't say same player, same player, same player, same skill set. You say versatile, dynamic.
Talent alone doesn't win. You have to have chemistry, and you have to have pieces that complement each other. Those guys are going to be asked to be stars in their roles just the same way that our star players are going to be asked to be stars.
With the pieces that we have and the level of talent that we have, I think it's going to be really easy for us to kind of mesh.
The biggest reason I signed with the Phoenix Suns was definitely KD. I really enjoyed playing with him, so I wanted to play him again.
Yeah, the versatility is always good to have in our game, and as well as size. So you got guys that can do multiple things that you can put in different parts of the game.
Being able to fit around those guys and complement those big 3 very, very well, I think I'll be able to do that.
A lot of what I did last year, just energy plays, being a spark plug off the bench and trying to fill that role.
I'm pretty capable of doing pretty much anything offensively. Defensively, just bring my presence, block shots.
It's all about having a good, clean slate. Everybody having the one mindset and just going in every game and having a good feeling about one another.
The biggest addition in the desert flew in from the nation's capital. Coming up, it's time to get to know the newest member of the Suns' Big 3, Bradley Beal.
Suns, as we speak, are finalizing a trade for all-star guard Bradley Beal.
If you would have asked, will we have a chance to add Bradley Beal to our group, I wouldn't have told you it was possible. Right?
It was bittersweet, being in DC for so long. When Phoenix came apart, because they were like a dark horse in the race, they just kind of came out of nowhere.
Brad wanting to join and be part of it, and us being able to pull that off is a huge, huge win for this summer.
They were the most aggressive. Matt, James, Josh, they were on it every single day. Coach Vogel, they were like, no, we want to make this happen.
And so of course you're excited. Of course you're aggressive when we attack that situation, because if it's real, we want to do it.
I don't listen to what anybody says, but I'm just feeling that he's been underrated in this whole process.
I heard from Book and I heard from Kev, no, what are you waiting on? Come here. you know, that was kind of a no-brainer for me.
So he's really one of the best players in the league, and we're thrilled to have him aboard, you know, to complement Devin and Kevin.
They are trying to win a championship now. They are trying to win it in this window, and they have, I think, certainly 3 of the great offensive weapons in the NBA right now together.
Having somebody like Brad, who's experienced, who's been at that top level where defenses are catered to stop him, he understands what it's like to be, you know, to be that type of NBA player every day. So
somebody that I definitely know a lot about, with him being, you know, at the top of our position for so long, and somebody that, you know, I watched very closely. You know, even though he was in the East and I've been in the West, like, I've always watched his game.
And we just want to make sure that we have the best basketball players, guys that love the game, love to be teammates, love to win. And typically it takes a strong mental fortitude and tremendous talent to be a guy that I'll say is a needle mover. And that's what Brad is.
But to know that as soon as you step foot here, you're playing with 2 Hall of Famers, you're playing with 2 All-Stars, all NBA guys, it's like, all right, like, I got to make sure that my game is where it needs to be, that I'm here to help and I'm here to contribute, because, you know, Book was just in the finals a year or 2 ago, you know, so he's trying to get a taste of that. Kevin has too, so, you know, I want to be able to, you know, get my feet wet in that same situation and help propel this organization to get its first.
Bradley's beaming about becoming a favorite son, and why not? He's joining Devin Booker and Kevin Durant to form the latest and possibly best big 3 in the Suns' rich history of talented trios.
I think people will be most surprised by how different Devin, Kevin, and Brad are this year compared to what they've been in the past. Because none of those guys have played with the caliber of players that they're going to play with, so they have to be different.
To be able to play with this type of talent, you know, at this point in each of our careers, you know, I think it's unheard of.
So they're used to having the ball in their hands and creating the open looks for others, but to have 2 other guys on that level, you know, to help create and be recipients more than always having to generate the offense is something that I think all 3 of them are looking forward to.
any one of those guys can have career nights at any given moment, any given night, any given game.
As a big and who can, love to pass and play the right way, you can't get better than that. To have these 3 players who know actually how to play off the ball and to understand, how to actually play the right way.
Not many teams get assembled that have that many elite scorers. Very excited to be a part of it. And
I wouldn't want to guard him. I wouldn't want anyone to, if I was coaching a team, you wouldn't want to play against. Those are guys, who do you stop? Who do you double?
I think it's going to be hard to double team any one of those guys. I think everybody's going to have, much space and time to do whatever they need to do.
It's a nightmare. When you're trying to slow down one, you have to, these guys command double teams. If you don't double team them, they will torch you. And if you bring 2 to the ball with any one of those and the other 2 are on the backside, you're dealing with a pick your poison type of situation as a defensive coordinator.
Durant with a beautiful turnaround.
Just the respect, I think that's what our relationship was built off of. And now when you get to be around somebody every day and see how they operate, that respect level goes up even higher.
It's my favorite player. So, any chance that I get to get in the gym with him and, just be a spectator, even though I'm on the court with him, I'm still watching every movement, his footwork, just his mentality. He doesn't take a rep off at all, and it's contagious.
He's a workhorse, he loves to play. He loves being a team player, and he loves doing what he can for the team. So, those type of people mesh well with one another, and, so it's fun being around them.
Our relationship just continues to grow better and better. And I'm excited to see what's in store for this year.
It's going to be one of those 3 guys because that's what our success is going to demand. It's going to demand those guys surprising us in some way.
To be able to go to war with those 2 guys every night, I can trust and sleep at night knowing that I can wake up being confident going into the next night.
I mean, saying it respectfully, I don't know how teams are going to guard us.
Slowing down this big 3 will no doubt be a big task for opposing defenses. They are NBA headliners ready for the prime time. But can they top the talent their new head coach performed late night with Letterman at the age of 13? That's next on The Special.
Frank Vogel. Frank, where are you? Hi, Frank. Nice to have you here.
Are you serious?
First off, that's hilarious.
On our team, our players? Is that right? Have you been showing them? That's awesome.
He looks the exact same.
You're going to knock every tooth out of your head doing this.
Look at this kid.
He's brushing his teeth? That's pretty good. I never knew this.
Oh, I need this. There's no way.
Not only have I not seen that video, I've never seen anybody do anything close to that either. So,
what a skilled man.
What a savant at an early age.
That's like stuff Harlem Globetrotters do. Maybe even better.
Because he's like a mini Globetrotter right here. You know, he had the ball, was on a toothbrush.
That's incredible.
I didn't know that was even a combination.
Coach, I like this, man. You are a man of many talents, I see. Okay.
You know, it really was there was a life lesson attached to it. You know, I was at a basketball camp early in my, you know, I was probably 12 years old, and there was a counselor using it, ball spinning as an example of never being satisfied with an achievement in life.
When I see people do those insane tricks, I'm like, how do you even know that you can do that?
What was the process in figuring out like that you could do that?
Like once you reach a certain height, always challenge yourself, well, what's the next thing I can accomplish? So
The brushing your teeth while spinning a basketball is a combination I don't think I've ever seen before.
What's the next challenge? You know, always eager to continue to strive for something greater.
This is my first time seeing that, but that's very impressive.
And so he said, let's start spinning on objects. You know, I'll spin it on a fork, on a pencil, on a hairbrush, on a toothbrush.
It's impressive. To be able to brush your teeth and spin the ball is impressive. I can't even spin the ball on my finger.
You know, it was just a metaphorical lesson of never being satisfied with an achievement.
I'm going to ask him to repeat that. Let's see if he can do it.
Can you still do it? Do you think he can still do that?
Coach Vogel, I wonder if he still got that. You think he still do that? I think he can still do that.
I'll take a bet right now he can't do that.
That is talent, my friend.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to tease him a little bit about that, but I couldn't do that, so I guess I can't really make fun of it.
I adopted that mindset of let's see how far I can take it, and once it happened, you know, I found my way onto the David Letterman show.
That might be the most impressive video I've seen in a long time.
Devin Booker was blown away by his coach's skills. Not sure that will get Coach into the Suns' Ring of Honor, but there's zero doubt number one can book his place in the ring. Coming up, the Suns pay homage to the 7 seconds or less era, the Matrix, and Stat, set to become the next players inducted into the new Suns' Ring of Honor.
They were exciting basketball. Shawn and Amar'e, what they were able to bring, their athleticism to the game.
I mean, just it's long overdue. I think they embody everything that the Ring of Honor stands for.
You know, this is a very storied franchise, and both of those guys are, you know, pillars of that, and, you know, have been, and, you know, that's more of my era that I grew up watching.
You know, it was an honor to be able to make that phone call. You know, I'm an NBA fan, so growing up, watching these guys and growing up as not only, you know, as a kid, but even until my age today, watching these players and seeing these superstars and knowing what they meant to not only to Phoenix, to the Suns, but to the community, but also to the NBA. These are superstar players.
I absolutely love that. I love that Matt did this, and I think it's, when I got to Phoenix, I looked around, I was thinking of names who should be on there, and those are two guys that you think about.
Those are the two guys who came in and they put on for Phoenix.
Shawn's tenacity on defense, his ability to be able to be kind of like the first 3-and-D guy that we've ever seen. You were scared of them. You know, you feared Phoenix whenever they came into town or you came into Phoenix.
In my era coming up as a basketball player, they defined the Phoenix Suns. Those teams define basketball to me and what how it's played right now. So, and they don't truly get the credit for doing that because they completed with a championship.
Amar'e's ability to be able to transition the 4-man into one of the most dynamic guys, you know, from DHOs with Nash to lobs and playing in the pick and roll, posting up, and like he helped, both of them helped change the game in so many varieties.
And those guys did a lot of things in this uniform, and you know, they're Phoenix legends forever, so they deserve that honor.
And if you ask them like what makes their NBA journey and career memorable, they're going to say their time in Phoenix, what they were able to do for the city and their connection to the fan base and to the history of the Suns franchise.
The way they influence the game and the players around the game, coaches around the game is incredible. So to be honored like that forever, I'm very happy for them both.
It's nothing but a blessing to them. I'm happy for them, and hopefully, that can be one of us one day, because that's a huge honor for sure to have that type of impact on the organization.
The franchise isn't where it is without them, and so they deserve to be there, and I'm excited to see them get there.
To be able to make the phone call to Shawn, Marion, or Amar'e Stoudemire and say, listen, it's time for you to go where you belong, which is the Ring of Honor. Put a banner up, retire your number. They were excited. I'm excited to make the call, and so it was a real honor to be able to do it.
From the corner, Marion's going to put it on the floor. Goes to the hole. The Matrix, thunderous stuff.
Wow, he took off outside the lane.
One of the main reasons we're here, obviously, is going into the Ring of Honor. What was that phone call like when you picked up the phone and it was Matt Ishbia telling you that you were going into the Suns Ring of Honor?
Matt is special. Shout out to Matt. What's up, man? And when I tell you, like, the way he just was like Matrix. Like, when I say, I'm not telling you something that shouldn't have been done a long time ago. And he was just like, I was like, he's on my minimum word. I told you I'm gonna do this. I'm making it happen right now. So we're gonna get it done. And it was just that simple.
When you put the phone down, though, was there just a rebel yell like, yes, finally? Because that's what every Suns fan is saying, right? That's what Amar'e Stoudemire is saying too.
I'm in awe, man. It's a testament to myself and the fans, of course, and the organization. But we did a segment a long time ago, early in my career. Like I told you, I was meant for me to be a Phoenix Suns player. Like, I was going to MCC to play in the Mesa Tournament shootout when I was in junior college. And we had shoot around, and at practice, was able to go watch the Suns practice. I went on the court and I shot one shot. I shot a 3-point shot. I was like, I'm gonna be here. Look, I'm a freshman in junior college at this time. So you fast forward now 2 years, I'm getting drafted number 9 by the Phoenix Suns. And I was like, it's amazing how destiny falls in place. And it was meant for me to be a Phoenix Suns player. It was written in the books. It was that man up there wanted me to be a Phoenix Suns player, and that's what it was.
Here comes Nash. He's got Amar'e to his right, elevates and generates. Taking the grab. Oh, the power and fury of Amar'e Stoudemire. Right in the mug of Greg Ostertag.
That was in his grill.
Talk about the Ring of Honor. Going into that ring with so many Suns legends. First, the phone call that you received from the new owner, Matt Ishbia. What was that like? What was said, and what was your initial reaction?
I was actually getting ready to celebrate my son's birthday. And I got a call from Matt. He said, hey, this is Matt. I have something I want to tell you. And he's like, we're going to put you into the Ring of Honor. I was like, no way. I was super excited about it. I tried to hold my composure at the moment just to continue the conversation with him. And he felt my excitement. Right after, the staffing called me and setting up schedules to make it happen. So I felt like it was a real deal. And that night I had a birthday dinner for my son, so I broke the news to them at dinner. It was just a celebratory moment.
Yeah, what did that mean to your kids?
3 of my oldest children were born in Phoenix, Arizona, by the same doctor, the same hospital. And so that was my home throughout that entire time. And so for them to now see that their dad is getting honored with the Ring of Honor, during those times when I played, they were too young to remember a lot of those moments of them going to the All-Star game in Phoenix, them going to the games and watching us in the playoffs and so forth. So they were too young to really remember those experiences. But now they see all the work that was put in and the time of me traveling with the team and being away. Now they see what it was all about.
It's been long overdue for Shawn, Marion, and Amar'e Stoudemire to be inducted into the Suns Ring of Honor. And their inclusion in that exclusive club will be 2 of the season's biggest highlights. But this year's team is on a mission to do what no Suns team has ever done: win it all. The season tips off on October 24th at Golden State against Steph Curry, Chris Paul, and the Warriors on TNT. Our first broadcast on 3TV and Arizona's Family Sports will be Saturday, October 28th against the Utah Jazz. Special thanks to our producers, Mark Goldberg, Ryan Bafalukas, and Brock Kraft, along with videographers David Grappentine and Bob Weinert, plus our production assistant Ryan Meza and editor Tommy Arguelles.